Hello Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today for Ellie's Studio, and it's release day, and I'm sharing this sort of faux grid or faux pocket page layout with you. I have two, I believe they are 6x3 photos and a 4x3 photo. I want to cut that one down so that it's a slightly different size so that they can stagger across the layout there. And then I'm going to work with a majority of the pocket cards, so those three in particular from the September newly released kit today. I thought I wanted this autumn fun as the title for my layout, but I already have that autumn that's in the yellow card that says things I love about autumn up there. And so I will change my mind about that also because I want to use the other wood veneer set, the Cozy Home Wood Veneers. So I am looking through my scraps of pattern paper to just see things that I can fill in throughout these empty columns here. So there are 3 columns and each revolving around some autumn things. The main theme of this layout is autumn or fall, and so I have pictures of the tree outside of our front door. That's the top left picture, and then I have the bags full of the leaves that have fallen off of that tree, and then that is the tree again on the right hand side, just a different perspective of that tree, and you can see all of the leaves that are down around the tree there. And so that is basically the story that I'm telling, is about how I love fall and I love the color, and how we end up having leaf pickup twice a year. So in essence, what I'm doing here is just trimming down these pieces of scrap from or they're not really scrap, but they're pieces that have already been cut into. If I need to cut into another piece, I absolutely will. So I have the wood grain that I absolutely adore. Love that wood grain, need a whole packet of that, but I want to get a little bit more green into the layout as well. This is a multi-tone layout for me. I don't normally use this much color, but I love the way that the color really pops, the blue in the sky in those tree photos. So I'm going to use that grid card from the kit itself. So I now have 4 of my pocket cards on there. Go me. And I pretty much filled all of those columns. And so it's time to go ahead and just adhere them. I am not one to, those of you who know me and know my work know my T-square and I are not friends. That has gone flying across the room, and rather than subject myself to that frustration again, I am just using my ruler lined up along the side to just try and get things virtually straight. I love my printers, all of my printers. I have 3 of them in my scrap room, but I always forget that the pocket cards are, my printer doesn't does not print so if I say 4x3, it does not come out at 4x3. And also, I feel like the pocket cards, because even though I cut my photos to the size that I know that I want, I feel like the pocket cards are slightly smaller than 3 inches wide. And that's probably so that they can fit in a 3x4 pocket, right? Makes perfect sense. So just trying to line up so that it is mostly in line there. And so those are all of the elements that I have absolutely committed to. I will tell you that the green that is at the bottom there, I do end up getting rid of that because it's a very heavy dominant color. And so I went with, from the paper stack, last month's paper stack, all of the words, the outlined words there. It just, you'll see it in the close-up. It looks much better. So this is the Cozy Home Wood Veneers, and this is what I decide to use instead of that really big autumn fun. I'm going to save that for something else, and I'm going to scatter these wood veneers throughout the layout instead, and I like the way that that goes with the wood grain that I'm using on that bottom left there. So these are the die cuts from the kit itself. So a very similar color palette to last month's kit, and also really a very similar theme with those rich, warm, golden, fall-y colors, autumnal colors. So I want to create banners that are going to hang down in that top right there, kind of create a festive feel. There are a couple of banners that are in the die cuts, and so I will go ahead and use those. And just so now that I've got the basic foundation of the layout, I am just going to find bits and pieces that I can decorate with. So this is the Home Sweet Home cardstock stickers. The fall leaves work perfectly with last month's fall die cuts, but there are also some really great labels on the backhand side. They're grid labels that go with the grid cards that you can also get, or like that green card that is in the top right over there. There are some great phrases. So that particular phrase that I have there says filled with joy. And I'm going to go ahead and pop that up off the page. I like the way that putting that white across the pile of leaf-filled garbage bags there really pops the bags and it brings your eye to that particular picture. Because it's divided, you want to see what it is, and you want to see what it is that it's saying too. So also released this month are some really awesome autumn heart and star acetate stickers. I love the acetate stickers. I like that you can kind of layer color one on top of the other. So you also this month get this color is called moss green, and you have the puffy alpha stickers, the Jane alpha stickers, as well as these labels. And so I'm going to change my house and put that house with the heart on it to just go with the hearts that are scattered throughout the page, and also because it is my favorite season. So I'll change the wood veneer that I'm using there. These are the August labels, or is that right? Yeah, October, sorry, August. I don't know where I got that from. October labels. Um, and I'm going to, that one says enjoying this, and then I'm going to cut out together, or it's not cut out. I'm going to use the sticker and I'm going to pop it up. So enjoying this together. Is going to go there. So this cluster that I'm working on down here in this bottom left, you'll see, yep, I have that sticker there with the heart on it. I am actually going to move that to the cozy that's up the top there, and you'll see why I do that later on. The other thing that there are two things that I'm going to do off camera. I love this column look, but that white space that's on the left-hand side, it needs something, and I didn't put anything there while I was filming, but I will go ahead and layer up some labels, as well as use the autumn tab stamp, where I will put the location where we live and the date, and then a couple more of those acetate stickers. You'll see that in the close-ups, and I just like the way that it just wraps it up nicely. It gives it a little extra something. The other thing that I am going to do is I love that maroon and pink heart card there, and I do embellish it, but it just needed a little something more. So that green that I pulled off that you can see in that center bottom column there, I'm going to use a scallop punch, and you'll see that in the close-ups. Just put a little border at the top, as well as use the moss green Jane alpha stickers. I'm actually going to use the numbers instead of the alphas and put 2020 there, because these are from last year. Our leaves still have our trees still have leaves on them. We have filled a couple of bags, but nowhere near the normal number that we would have filled at this point in time. It's been a really warm October. It was a really warm September for us, so sort of unusual. So finishing up the banners there, I'm going to use one of the banners stickers there that says on this autumn day, and that will go across and just add a little festive something to the top there, as well as those banners aren't all adhered down. So they add a little bit of movement and dimension to the top of the page there. So today is definitely release day, so you get your awesome kit, and then all of these goodies also available to you, which I have not used on this layout, but I used on the other layout that is actually featured in the is one of the layouts that's being shown in the newsletter. You have the large tile alpha stamp, medium tile alpha stamp, which is the same size as the stickers, and the small tile alpha stamp. They are super, super awesome. I will link you to those in the description box down below, so make sure that you check those out. And the Christmas layout that I created actually with these colors, believe it or not, is also, I have used that. I have used those stamps on that. So just filling in some fun fall details here. You can see that together that I referenced earlier that I'm going to pop up. And just a few things trickling off the side of the layout just to give, so that it's not so rigid, so that you can have a little bit of softness to those edges, just as I have the banners coming off of the edges on the top right there. So using these acetate stickers, there we go. I housed it because I wasn't sure what I was going to do before, but I like the way that that just pulls all the layout together. So no title per se. I'm going with things I love about autumn is the title of this layout, although it is really more about the fall leaves, and the leaves and the leaf pickup, but that's what I journal about in that spot there. So that you see there is the autumn tab stamp. And I'm just going to stamp in that little green label there, family time, because it is a family adventure worrying about these leaves. So the close-ups are to follow. Thank you for stopping in today. I hope you are doing well, and I hope you are having a great autumn if that's what you celebrate in your part of the world or the season in your part of the world. Enjoy the close-ups. Thanks for stopping in today. Take care. Come back again soon.